Hey everybody, Garrison here, and I just want to take the time because M20's come around, and everybody's made the different decks that they think they're gonna want to play, and everybody's got some sort of ideas. And one of the things that, like I said, one of the ideas they had, and it always stems from pre-release because Blue White Flyers archetype is a big one, and it seems like it comes around every single pre-release, and you can do something with it. Except that right now, I believe that the archetype is actually in probably what is the best or one of the better places it's ever been as far as actually being a deck, or just something fun to play in a competitive or a semi-competitive environment. So, without further ado, we have a Blue White Flyers list, and something that I think is super fun to play. I've been playing it all day today, and really get some enjoyment out of it. So just start. I guess it's a 4 Healer's Hawks. So then we have 2 Spectral Sailors. As the 1-drops, having 8 of them is really good. The fact that you want to have 1 in your opener almost every single time if possible, and then be able to turn into Lord on turn 2 with favorable winds, and then as well as possibly on turn 3 with Empyrean Eagle. So, and then the life gain actually helps us stay into the match a little bit longer than normally would. So we aren't the fastest aggro deck, but we do have some speed. So, and then we have I'll start at the bottom here. We have 3 favorable winds. Everybody knows what this one does. So creatures we control with flying get +1/+1, and every creature in here has flying. So there are things that can make it lose flying, such as Merfolk Trickster taking away the abilities of the creatures, and then I believe it's Sky Tether, the 1-mana enchantment that makes a creature lose flying, and then Mu Yan Ling, sorry, actually makes a creature lose flying. So if we're up against something like that, it's kind of interesting. But then we have Rally of Wings, so an interesting 2-drop. It's an instant as well, but untap all creatures you control, which can get you there in some combat situations. But the most important part of this one is that creatures you control get flying. With flying, get +2/+2 until end of turn. So we have, like I said, everything we have has flying. So we're getting a pump for 2 across our entire team. And we can use this both defensively and offensively, since it is a +2/+2 buff, where traditionally, I guess it would be like red, gets your +2/+0 for attacking. So this is very good in this deck, especially. So we have 2 Hanged Executioners. It's the new 3-mana 1/1 from M20 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, you create a spirit token with flying. And then for 4, you can exile it and exile target creature. So we don't have a lot of removal. And in fact, I believe this is our only removal outside of combat tricks in the deck. So just kind of one of those more versatile cards. It is a 3-drop, so it's makes 2 bodies, and with 1 Lord, you need 4 power for 3 mana is pretty good. So then next we have Resplendent Angel. It's a 3/3. We don't do a whole lot of creating angels in the deck, or in the matches, but and that's why we're just kind of playing a 2 of. But a 3/3 for 3 is not bad. Again, we're trying to buff everything that has flying, so it's actually pretty good. So then we have Cloudkin Seer, just 2/1 for 3 with flying, but it enters the battlefield, it draws a card. So having card draw is really good here. We want to have just a massive creature start, as early as turn 5 or 6. To try to play 2 spells in a turn if we can, or play one of our Haymakers. So next we have 4 Empyrean Eagle, excuse me. It's the new Lord. It's a bird spirit, but it only gives creatures with flying +1/+1. So kind of interesting. Most Lords are creature types, but this one is actually creatures with flying. So it's kind of nice. It's 2/3 for 3, not the greatest, but other creatures you control get +1/+1, makes the rest of our deck just demolished. So next we have 3 Winged Words. Divination's okay. This spell being costs 1 less to cast if we control a creature with flying and draw 2 cards. So 2 mana, draw 2 is really not bad. It actually helps us. I had I'll try to think of what I even had in this. But oh, I had the Evos Isle guy. Warden of Evos Isle. I had 3 of that bird wizard in that spot beforehand, and it just never really worked because of the simple fact that I cast this for as a 2/2, but I didn't do anything. And you know, when I untap with turn 4, I generally wasn't casting 2 2-mana or 2 3-mana birds, so it would have been 2 2-mana birds. So it kind of it's just kind of lackluster, and I felt like I wanted more card draw, so wingwords fit the spot there. Next we have 1 Mu Yen Ling Skydancer. It's a 3-mana planeswalker. She's new from M20. She's very, very good. So the fact that she comes out until your next turn, or +2s until your next turn, up to 1 target creature gets -2/-0, and loses flying as the relevant key here. That we could actually try to get in. We have a hard time pressuring planeswalkers with this deck, so the -2/-0 and loses flying is pretty good for us. And then, you know, -3, create a 4/4 blue elemental bird creature token with flying is pretty stellar. Simple fact that by, you know, the turn we play her plus, and then, you know, come down on turn 4, we more than likely have 1 lord or 1 effect out, 1 anthem effect out. So, and then -8, you get an emblem with islands you control, have tap, draw a card. Probably one of the strongest things that I think you could do in standard right now, but I have never actually been able to be able to use that, so the game has never lasted that long. Next we have 2 Shalai, just the simple fact that there are a lot of things around that bounce your creatures. Simic Flash is a real deck, so Emerge Trickster is starting to be played a lot more, or actually starting to see it a lot more. So you know, just having the Shalai, you can leave the Shalai back. They can't target your flyers, so you don't have to worry about that, and then make them beat you on your terms. So, and then 3 Elite Guard Mage. Again, card draw is just kind of the relevant thing. I wanted something for more than just the Shalais, and the Guard Mage is really good. The simple fact that we have the anthems that we have. So, and then 3 Life is kind of nice. Help us against things like Mono Red. So then next we have 2 Lyra. Just because this card, I don't think, usually when you see a card like this, it has its time to shine in standard, and then it kind of gets relegated to a sideboard option. I don't believe Lyra has necessarily made that point yet. So Lyra was very good for a long time in the main board of a lot of decks, and I think that Lyra is very good, still very good in the main board of a lot of decks. So sure, there are some other things that, you know, decks like to be doing, and I know there's a lot of tribal themes out there right now because we did just have the release of a core set, but Lyra is just a very strong, very powerful card all around. And then another new addition here is Safara Sky's Blade. Now, that's an interesting one because it's a 7/7 for 7, which feels like you never get there with this deck, but as an additional cost, so you may pay white and tap 4 untapped creatures you control with flying rather than pay the spell's mana cost. And then it's a 7/7 with flying and lifelink, and other creatures you control with flying have indestructible. So the one thing that we can do is if we have, you know, 3 or 4 mana and we have 4 flyers, we can actually attack. We can use Rally of Wings to untap our guys, give them +2/+2, hit them for a lot of damage, and then in the second main phase, tap those creatures down, pay 1 white, and cast Safara. I have done that, and it is very nice. I did have at one point, I had a 9/9 Safara because I had a Empyrean Eagle and I had a Lyra on the battlefield, which you know, kind of makes it a little ridiculous if you ask me. So you know, flying lifelink, and then, you know, +1/+1 from Lyra and +1/+1 from Empyrean Eagle. So, and then I guess that's another thing to note with Lyra is that there is an additional anthem here. So, simple fact that we are playing Safara, Lyra, and Resplendent Angel. So we do have a couple of angels in the deck that we can do something with. And I've just been playing the constructed event since it is best of 1, trying to, you know, just gain a little bit of ground here, see what we can do. If you go 7 and 2, you double up on your gold. 500 gold isn't a lot to spend. And you can play, I think I probably played 6 or 7 standard or constructed events today, just through that. So, alright, let's see what we got here. This If we had a 1-drop, this would be absolutely amazing. We don't. Alright, so we're going to keep this. And I think, man, I really don't want to toss the Lyra back, but double white with Lyra is really hard to, especially if you're not already set up with like 3 lands and a full hand of 7 here. So that would have been better if that was. Alright, so we'll pay 2. And we're going to flash the Spectral Sailor in at the end of their turn. So we're not blocking. We don't really care. We have to try to beat them as... Oh, maybe we are blocking. We don't want that Legion's Landing to flip. We don't have anything for the next couple of turns after that, so I think we're taking 2. Because we're gonna Spectral Sailor. Hopefully we get something good here. Glacial Fortress is not the good thing that I was hoping for, but we'll Winged Words. If they want to flip the landing, we're gonna make them sacrifice creature here. So, they're not gonna end up sacrificing the creature.
Share in my light.
And give that indestructible. Yeah. No blocks. Got no choices here. We may just be dead before we know it on this one. Drawing a lot of lands. So play an Eagle. I'm pressure the Gideon. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so they play a land. They ascend. Or a Vanguard that we really have no way to deal with. We might turn our kitty white. I think we're just dead.
Prepare for battle.
So block here. 4, 5, 6. That's 12. I could block there. I could block here at 6, 10, 11, which is the same. I just block here. Getting rid of the 1 attacker. I mean, it's not going to do a whole lot. We got a 1. But. Wow, yeah. Okay. That was rough. That was rough. Yeah, I think we can keep this. So if they flash in a Spectral Sailor, yeah, we're just going to flash in ours. Don't want to, like, run the risk of them going, like, untapped land, end of turn, you know, holding everything up untapped, or, we try to flash our Spectral Sailor in and then get, like, Essence Scattered or something. Yeah, we can't block that. Next turn, however... do we... yeah, I think we attack them for 1. And then we're going to try and rally. See if we can rally a Wings and catch their Spectral Sailor. And I will gladly take that trade there. Yep, I would gladly take that trade. So they're stuck on 1. Let's go ahead and we're going to start trying to beat face with a Splendid Angel here. They don't want no part of that. So it's very interesting how this deck has played out. Like, the fact that, yeah, you go 1-drop into 1-drop, 1-drop, or 2-drop, 3-drop. Like, it curves out. Most of the time, it seems like it curves out very, very well. Here's a good example. So we're on the play, and yeah, we're gonna go turn 1, Spectral Sailor, turn 2, Winged Words. We're really hoping to draw a Anthem effect of some sort if we can. So another Spectral Sailor. That's another Winged Words, but that's okay. Mono Red's a rough matchup here. Now, question is, we really need to shock this into play. And we're going to do that. Now, so they have no 1-drop removal spell. Spell Gorge are weird. Okay. So, let's see if we can catch both the monkey and you. We can. Okay. Flash this into play. Untap everything. You block there. You block there. It's not necessarily the best way to use everything here, but so it puts a counter on non-creature spells. I think we still just want to move here.
Even a light breeze can quell your temper.
And we'll just leave one of the sailors back. So really just want Muda. Yeah, if they're not attacking me, that's fine. We just want to make birds. So
respect nature, and it will offer assistance.
we play land. So if we did this, we draw a land. Yeah, we're gonna hope to hit a land here. Yeah. Okay. So hit this. We want to play the Hanged Executioner because next turn we either play the Lyra or we play the Cloudkin Seer. Or play the Lyra or excuse me, use the Hanged Executioner. We'll attack and then use the Hanged Executioner to get rid of the weird.
Hey, I'm Chandra. Nice to meet you.
This
Yikes!
quest
I call
was
my fists
unfortunate.
Pyromaster and Firebrand.
Yeah, that's a card. That is a card that will help us to win. So I don't think we're using the Hanged Executioner here. So question comes to, we have to kill the Chandra. 4-8, that's half of our life total. So this is gonna go here. And we'll let these two, actually, we'll have all 3 of them attack.
One day,
They may
I'll come back
have
even
removal
stronger.
for this, but we're gonna find out. Two cards left. Yeah, okay. So if they have removal spell for the Cloudkin Seer, they don't. Okay. So they're just dead. Alright. And we could have taken it all, but yep, they're just dead. So like I said, like when it gets rolling, we had a pretty good hand to start that game, but not the absolute greatest hand to start that game. We needed to draw into some sort of an anthem effect, which favorable wins. And it's very interesting because people don't they don't think about or bank on favorable wins, so they'll be thinking more towards the like Empyrean Eagle and I don't know, it's a bunch of random other stuff. Thinking maybe because you're playing blue with like Spectral Sailors, and I don't know that you're playing like spirits and elementals. Yeah, we'll keep this. Can't cast Resplendent Angel yet, but that's okay. Flash this in here. Ooh. So we're going to try to use... If they have a shock, we want them to use their shock on the Spectral Sailor. Or they can use their Firebrand there. I'm okay with that also. Well, yep, we'll save him. That's fine. So now... So Chain Whirler blows us out there. I think we just get a favorable wins going. Last thing we want to do... Hey. What's up?
I'm signing home.
Oh. Last thing we want to do is, hey everybody who can't tell, my wife is, I guess she got home a little bit early. Went to, what, Disney trivia tonight? Yeah.
We would have won if we could remember damn mittens. Alright.
So.
Just letting you know I'm home.
Okay. Alright, yeah, and that's where, so like, we'd have been blown out by Chain Whirler. We need this for Resplendent Angel, but we can't. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go to 4. We're not gonna attack. I think they have shock. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. So that's, we have to block. We'll block the Lava Runner. And the reason we have to block is like they're representing 9 points of damage here. It's like we're gonna lose our Spectral Sailor. We have no choice over that matter, but we're losing it to the shock. I'm only taking 5. It's really not the best, but better than just being straight up dead. And that Shalai may be very timely. So that is a 4/6 or a 5/6 Shalai, and we have hexproof, so they can't just burn us out. Yep, they have to deal damage to themselves. It's pretty good. Liking this so far. So, if we, I think we just block here because there's no 4 damage. There's no 4 damage burn spell for 1. Oh, I guess there is. Or, as if Heartfire. It all depends on what Heartfire is. So if we draw, we need to draw land here. Really badly. Try to stabilize. That is not a land, but that might actually help us stabilize. Puts Shalai out of range of a lot of burn spells, and Lyra has first strike. So we're gonna hold back since Shalai is not like Shalai. Oh yeah, and I forgot gives other creature or gives other angels lifelink. So I should have attacked with the Shalai, but Shalai is not lethal in 2 turns here. So this looks like we're playing Flying Angel Tribal. What are you doing? Come on. So we're going to do this. Actually, do we keep... I think we just keep Shalai out of... So that's 5. We would go up 2. Yeah, I think we just keep Shalai out of combat. And you notice it went to 0 and 7, but since first strike damage happens at the exact same time, we gain the life. We can't actually be at 0. I guess we're even there. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we just stayed even. Okay, so if I hit this, that's just the best thing to do. And like Resplendent Angel... Yeah, they're dead. I didn't even see it. They're just straight up dead. So we beat the menace. So that's pretty good. Really don't like playing against mono red. You gotta think through a couple of things that what your line of action needs to be. It's very difficult sometimes. See things like there. We're just playing and thinking about the fact that we're trying to stay alive because we're at 5, and mono red is just so good with experimental frenzy on the battlefield. Yeah, we go first. This seems all right. So I think I want to hold up Rally. No, shouldn't have held up Rally. That's fine. So we can play Winged Words here. Oh man, we're flooding out horrible. Usually when we go, hyper aggressive is when it kind of starts to bite us. So play this. So we do need to be careful, like when do you want to use the Rally of Wings. So you do have to remember, like, there are a limited number of them. Like, we are playing 4, but there are a limited number of them in the deck. And you're playing around that. So, like, here, this is perfect. Yeah, we're gonna rally to save our Hawk. Which actually is pretty good. And I guess, like, I know it's bad habits to, like, that I'm, like, playing everything on my first main phase, but my opponent doesn't have anything to do. Like, they were tapped out, and you know, it also comes to the fact that like, I'm just playing to have fun here too. In a more competitive scene, you know, you do play tend to play on second main phases unless it's extremely relevant that you play on the first like with a favorable wins to get your team buffed up. But an Empyrean Eagle here is really what we'd like to see. Not another land. So I guess the good thing here is so they do manage to deal with one of the Hawks that they are still at lethal. If they deal with the favorable wins, however, though, which I'm not sure what they're playing, if they're playing anything that could do that. So they're in a best of one, so things are a little bit different than they would be in, say, a F&M or a standard metagame style, traditional standard style format. So no access to sideboards. You do have to have some things in there that are a little bit different than you normally would have. Still in. So they're drawing it. So they're at 4 available mana. These 2 plus 2 green from Leafkin Druid. I guess they were potentially looking for like another Omnath to deal with a Healer's Hawk. They're just dead. The blue-white menace. And traditionally, this deck, like, it finishes like 4-3, 5-3 has been where it's been most of the day. Just because you do run into, like, you would run into a lot of mono red. Esper is pretty bad. The Simic Flash deck is a pretty bad matchup. And you get hands like this where you have your 3, 4, and 5 drops in your hands that you can't do anything with. So land base would be perfect, but we'll see what we got. We can do. We aren't going to keep this. Mulligan that away. Get the exact same hand. We'll mulligan that away. That's horrible. We'll be on a mulligan to 4. Got to keep 4. Alright, so put an eagle back. Put a rally back. And question is, like, we don't want to throw away too many eagles. But this gets us a card. I guess we're putting 2 eagles on the bottom. We want the buff to stick. We want to turn 2 play, so now we're just dead. I don't even think there's a reason to play this game. We'll see how the first couple go. But mono red, mulligan to 4 feels really bad. We don't have anything we need to, like, we just chucked a bunch of stuff to the bottom. Like, we need that rally back. And the Eagles, like, because simple fact that the Lord, the Flying Lords are just so good to get this stuff out, like, gets that outside of burn range. We'll see. They are stuck on 1 land, so it's very awkward. We are also on nearly mono glacial fortress. So, all right. Well, they'd have to trade like 2 firebrands for it right now. It looks like that's what they're gonna do. We're blocking all day if you're not killing it. So, okay. And I think we're going to. I think we're gonna sear. Let them use a burn spell and then guard mage, and they hit a second land, so that doesn't bode too well. I mean, they're bound to, but yeah, now we're definitely gonna sear. Nope, I drew another land, so sure, Chain Whirler. I'm a blocking. Yeah, I'm a blocking. Ooh, favorable wins. No, I think we gotta gain some life. As badly as we want to play the favorable wins, we're not blocking with the Spectral Sailor, and we're gonna block the Chain Whirler this time. Mizium Tank. Have not seen that in a while. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Mizium Tank becomes an artifact creature. Gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Anybody who watched us play the mono red, or the what do I want to say? I think I played mono red against Matt's Esper on the Liberty Coins MTG channel for like kind of deck building, get an idea of play testing, what could be what. This would be pretty good. Attack here and see what we come up with. I should play Mizium Tank, I think, at that sideboard, so this is pretty good. Well, depending on what they do, we actually just straight up have lethal. Right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let them hit us. Wow. So play the Spectral Sailor just in case. So we want to stop after attackers. So we want to untap our guys. Wow, that's on a mulligan to 4. I almost 100% just left that game. Like, I was very close to just conceding on a mulligan to 4 once we found out we were against mono red. So that's very interesting. So I guess them mono red getting stuck on one land is they must have just had gas, but like not being able to play much more than, you know, the one spell for the first 2 or 3 turns is pretty bad. Yep, we're gonna keep this. Hopefully this can get there. This is fairly good. So depending on, you know, what they're playing, well, I think it really depends on which, you know, Spectral Sailor or Healer's Hawk that you play first. So if you want to dodge the, like, mono red, we need the Hawk to stick as best as possible. So, but we actually, I don't want to take damage. That's unfortunate here, but they're gonna shoot the Hawk down, I'm sure. Yeah. And we'll play Glacial Fortress and then Flash and Spectral Sailor end of turn, and then untap favorable ones. I mean, we could just leave up Rally of Wings at that point, I guess, but we'll see. All going to depend on what we draw. So I think that's probably the better play, because then Resplendent Angel's a 4/4. It's funny how much, you know, you haven't seen mono red a whole ton lately. And, you know, you really think that the menace is gone, but not necessarily the case. Not now, especially. Alright, so Flash and the Sailor. This way too, we don't. So we can play favorable wins. We don't get completely blown out by the Chain Whirler. No attacks. Like, they'll have to play Chain Whirler and use their Firebrand to kill our Sailor. And then they attack us for 3. Okay. Mono Red has a lot of versatility, I guess. Play our 4/4. Need to gain some life, though. I think our Angel might just be dead. So the question is, do we want to get frisky in combat? It's 6 to pump it. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. Potentially, like, they have Lightning Strike. We're dead. Yeah, let's just try to mitigate the most here. So, yeah, they've got it. Yeah. So, they had Wizard's Lightning. So, if we hadn't blocked, then we were just dead. Because that would have been 10 straight to our face. And turns out we're dead anyway. No draw there. That really stinks. So 5-2 right now. It's not horrible. It's a pretty good one. So remember, we lost the first game right out of the gates. And then won? Then won 5 in a row. So it's pretty good. And I'm sure there's some things that probably could get changed. We're all in on this Spectral Sailor. It's a good thing that we just drew a second one. So we are hard in on that Sailor. Well, I guess we just let them take what they want to take, because they probably take a Spectral Sailor, I would assume. Because we're gonna go Sailor Winds, not Sailor Moon. If anybody gets that reference, I know how old you are. And I guess I shouldn't necessarily say I know how old you are, because the kids these days probably watch stuff from back when I was a kid. Alright, and then play that out. Nightveil Predator, huh? Yeah, that guy has Flying, Death Touch, and Hexproof. It's a fairly big boy. Let's go windwards. We need to land. Alright. Let's try to take this Predator out. They're gonna do it, so... We have to, like, we can't just not play, because we are playing against Blue-Black Control, so, and if they go Predator number 2, we have a problem, but they're just going to kill our Sailor. That's fine. Nothing we can do about that, although they did just mill both of our Resplendent Angels over. That stinks. Let's go Guard Mage, Healer's Hawk. We didn't play any sort of green for Shalai. I just felt like it was way too clunky. But we do have double white and a triple white spell, so... but maybe that could have been... Yep, we'll just discard the planes. If they have another disinformation campaign, that is whatever it is. I can't do anything about that. Or they have thought erasure. Yep, hit me. I'm not budging from here. Slam this Shalai. So they have a counter. Yeah. I wouldn't have played around Syncopate. I guess it's the best thing to think about. It's like, say Syncopate for 2. Like if I just shock that into play, I guess we get it back with the Hawk, but uh-oh. Kevin has arrived. God Eternal Kevin. That's kind of an issue. But we'll want to play the land because if we discard it, we can't play Safara. And Safara is about our best bet right now. Safara gives us blockers. Like attackers and blockers just all day. Ugh. So... Alright. Attack with that because... Yeah, they can't really afford to do that. Don't let me go out like this. Let's have a Lyra. Oh, I think we're dead. Because, like, they just would have buy back an AFL Predator. Yeah, we did. We just straight up dead anyway. Can't even shock ourselves. Can't even go out on our own terms. They hit us for one too many points of damage there. But so there you have it. I mean, not horrible. We did 5-3 this playthrough. Could have been worse. Ooh, shared summons. Not bad. We made our goal back, and like that's the whole point of this too, is that you pay the 500 and you continually get to that point where you try to get to 5 wins to make your investment back. So, I mean, there's this point here where like you hit. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I thought at 5 wins you got to go back, but we finished at 5-3, so I should have known. So if you hit 4 wins, finishing 4-3 is perfectly fine. But you do get your investment back, and then you actually come out a little bit ahead with getting the 3 cards, and all depending on what they'll be. So, because remember, like, they're going to be uncommons, and then when you hit 5 wins, you're going to get a rare and 2 uncommons, and then 6 wins, obviously 2 rares and uncommon, and then 2 rares and an uncommon, and, you know, things change. But, like, this is the sweet spot here. You want to make sure that you try to get to 5, but make sure you finish at least 4. And this deck does a very good job, at least I feel like it does a very good job of getting you to that 4-3 mark, or that 5-3 mark, and wow, I am lagging. It looks like I need to reset, but it's pretty good. I guess I didn't talk about it. Your land base is pretty basic there. Everybody can see it and they want to do. So I hope you all stuck around. I hope you enjoyed what we're trying to do here, and please leave a comment if you like this. So kind of have an idea if there's, you know, some more, try to put some more of this content out, and just some stuff that we put together and could be good to play on Arena, or potentially just have fun with, and you played it at FNM. So I do want to hear what everybody thinks, and you know, please let me know. I guess if there's something else that could be done to the deck, your thoughts. So maybe swapping out cards for cards. I don't have everything on Arena, and everything is unlocked. So, but we do try to have. I try to get a couple of things, different ideas around. I am working on a couple of other things that people have sent me. So try to see if maybe we can make a video at some point in time. Just not sure when. Not sure if it'll be anytime soon. So apologize to anybody who sent me anything recently that I have not done anything with. I haven't done anything with anybody's videos, although I do try to plug everybody's deck lists in and go over them. So myself, and just kind of see how things play out, so that maybe potentially it is something that I play at an F&M or on Arena. But enough of me ranting. I hope you all liked it, and I guess until next time, everybody have fun, and we'll see you then. Thanks.